City of Angels, LA, a place I've been lucky enough to spend quite a bit of time in. So when Getaway asked me to show you around, I thought what better way to do it than through the eyes of a few local Aussie mates. And we're going to start right here in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is where all the stars come out to play. And right amongst them, Aussie chef Curtis Stone, who's lived in this city for 10 years. So here we are in Beverly Hills, your local neighbourhood.
Yeah, my new hood. It's a funny part of Beverly Hills because sort of north of Wilshire is where it gets super ritzy and touristy. And truthfully, this part of Beverly Hills is still a little more local.
So what is it that you love about the LA lifestyle?
Look, the weather's always perfect. It's got a beautiful standard of living that isn't dissimilar to Australia. It's close to the beach and it's close to the mountains. And it's a cool city.
And so you're dressed like this for a reason?
Yes, we opened a little 25-seat dining room called Maud, which was named after my granny. And, you know, we take one ingredient per month and we cook with it in like a 10, 12-course degustation menu. So it's a fun little passion project.
Curtis opened Maud in 2014. And within just a few months, Travel and Leisure had named it one of the best new restaurants in the world. Wow.
So this is it.
Oh, no, it's beautiful. It's so cozy.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wanted to try and bridge what feels like a restaurant and then what also feels like a home, you know? So, you know, when you sit at your counter at home and you talk to the person cooking, I kind of wanted it to feel like that. So, inspired by my granny in a couple of little ways.
Yep.
You'll see some old china hanging around. And
what do you think she'd say if she was here today to see what you've created in Beverly Hills?
She'd say I'm a fool because it means I have to work too hard.
And did you expect it to go this well for you?
I guess it wasn't our goal necessarily, but of course we're very appreciative of all the attention we've got.
So the question is, if I agree to do the dishes, can you whip up something special for us?
Oh yeah, let me get back there.
This month, the star of the show is asparagus.
Just a little salt and a little asparagus that we've dehydrated and then turned into a powder. Wow. Bon appetit.
It looks almost too good to eat.
No, it's never too good to eat. It's good?
It's good. It's real good, but do I still have to do the dishes?
No, you don't have to do the dishes, it's all right.
Only half an hour drive from Beverly Hills, and you're at the beach. And I'm on my way to meet someone who not only is a good friend of mine, but someone you'll know very well too. Getaway's very own Jason Dundas has lived in the States for 4 years and is a special correspondent for Entertainment Tonight.
So joining me right now, Jason Dundas, one of Australia's hottest hosts. How'd you like that intro?
It's a good introduction. I can get used to that.
Interviewing A-listers like Jennifer Aniston and Nicole Kidman. So here we are at Venice Beach. You're a bit of a surfer. Do you get to come down here and surf much?
Well, it's actually kind of like my little touch of Australia.
Yeah?
So this reminds me, I grew up in Penrith, but I spent a lot of the time on the northern beaches in Sydney, so this is like a way that I can come down here and sort of, for a moment, pretend I'm back in Australia at the beach.
We are absolutely killing it here, I gotta say. Your star is well and truly on the rise in America. You've just joined Entertainment Tonight, which is an incredible role.
And some of the people I've interviewed has been insane.
Because you just interviewed Madonna, right?
Yeah, I spent maybe 10 minutes with Madonna in New York. But then at the end of the interview, I said to her, Madonna, do you mind if I grab a quick photo with you? And she's like, yeah, doll, no worries, but you have to sit on my lap. I was like, wow! So I cruise over, I'm like sitting on Madonna's lap.
Was it awkward?
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Skatepark, why have you brought me here?
Okay, so Susan, here's a fun fact. About 2 years ago, I was in an indie movie and we spent 6 weeks down here at this skate park.
Yeah.
Every day, all day, skating. So this has become one of my favorite spots in LA. It's just a great spot, and it kind of has a bit of that Aussie charm, a bit like hanging out at the Bondi Bowl or something.
Yeah, so do you want to show me some of your skills?
Yeah, no, I won't show you mine, but should I teach you a bit?
Yeah, because I've always wanted to
Do you know how to
learn.
skateboard?
No, not
Okay.
at all. I'm actually pretty useless.
So this is a frontside 180.
Jason might feel right at home on a skateboard, but this is much more my style.
Go, boys.
Yeah, we got this.
Okay, keep going. Now take it to the big ramp.
Oh no! And talking of style, there's only one place to meet the glamorous Renee Barr. Since leaving the shores of her hometown Byron Bay, Renee has carved a career for herself in Los Angeles as a host of NBC's Extra. Renee, I'm so glad you brought us to Rodeo Drive. This place is the ultimate for people watching, isn't it?
It definitely is, and that's something that I think a lot of people want to do when they come to LA. I know a lot of my friends and family want to spot celebrities, but aside from that, there's always these crazy expensive cars parked out on the street. These stores are incredible, amazing designer stores. There's a lot of excess in this place.
There is a lot of glamour. If Rodeo Drive isn't enough, you sure know you're in LA when you see a yellow Rolls Royce.
This is ridiculous. I think we need to get in for it to be a good Instagram shot, right?
Totally. You don't have to ask me twice. Let's do it.
They won't care. They won't care. I'm getting in the driver's side.
What you gotta love about LA is the celebrity of LA. I mean, you see them getting their coffees, picking up their dry cleaning. It's just the norm for everyone here. Is that right?
Yeah, they all live here. They work here. It's the celebrity hub. It's really normal to bump into a celebrity every single day.
And what about with work? Because I mean, you've interviewed every name under the sun. What are the standouts for you?
Almost everyone. I would have to say there's a few standouts. Oprah was probably one of my favorites because how can you not be like, in the presence of Oprah?
Yeah.
And she does have that incredible presence. George Clooney is also one of my favorites. He is just the most incredible man. He's so genuine. He remembers your name. He will look you in the eyes and make you feel like there's nobody else in the room when you're interviewing him. I know, he's an absolute dreamboat.
Well, thank you for showing us Rodeo Drive. It's been such a beautiful afternoon.
It has been lovely. I don't know about you, but all of this window shopping has made me so thirsty.
I know, I'm so proud.
And I know of a few places we can get a cocktail. Perfect afternoon for it.
That sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.